Hello once again, and welcome to part 10E, I believe it is. Let me see. A, B, C, D, E. It's either E or F. 10. I guess it's F. It's part 10F. I can't get over it. I never expected this series to go this long. I don't know, maybe I'm just wearing you all down completely. Won't be long now, though, and I'll tell you why. I was going to go through a complete alignment procedure on this HW101 this weekend, but then, I said to myself, wait a minute, I've already done the alignment, and I knew I did a good job on it. I may have just missed one or two things. So rather than go through the entire thing again, I just sort of skimmed through the procedure, and I said, yeah, I did that, yeah, I did that, yeah, I did that. And then I got to an area, and I said, maybe I didn't quite do this particular thing exactly the way it should be done. And it involved adjusting a coil in the variable frequency oscillator, the VFO chassis, a little square thing, where you turn your dial. The VFO is what determines the frequency. So here's how the whole thing went down. Tonight the 80 meter band is really noisy, and but I was able to bring in the freewheelers on 3916, and I'll give you it's really noisy, but you can hear them a little bit. Anyway, that's the freewheelers, and I was able to do it by taking this little tool right here, this little alignment tool, and sticking it down in this hole right there, which is the VFO coil. Stick it down in there. Let me see, one end of this thing fits. Of course, I got the wrong end. There we go. I just stick it down in there, and all I had to do was twist it left and right a little bit, and walk the dial back to where I wanted it to be, and I used it. I dialed it to 500 and then walked it back until the calibration signal was right on 500. And once I did that, it put everything into sync where it's supposed to be. Now tomorrow morning, I'll try the 7290 net, and if the 7290 net is right on, and the 3916 is right on, then guess what? We're ready for a CQ. See you in the morning. Okay, it's the next morning, and what I'm going to do is I've discovered a little idiosyncrasy of this radio. Either that or I was just too stupid to realize it. Before you tune in a frequency anywhere near the 100, 200, 300, 400, and 500 kilohertz area, you should go ahead and calibrate it at the nearest 100. In this case, I'm on the 40 meter band, and I'm about to tune in the 7290 or 7.290 megahertz. So I'm going to go to the 300, and I'm going to go ahead and give it the cal signal and bring up the volume, see what happens. Okay, there's the cal signal. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't go to 7290 or 7.290, which would be 2 notches to the left. And let's see what we get. See if I can bring in the 7290 traffic net out of Texas. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Do come in. Well, there it is. It's a hair off.
And I missed the latter part. You'll come back later.
Again, they're having band problems today. They're complaining about the noise and unable to pick up each other's signal.
traffic net. We are holding out-of-state traffic for Virginia, Massachusetts, and Oklahoma.
There it is. Okay, far as I'm concerned, this radio is now good to go, and I'll be soon doing my first CQ. Now, the next video will tell you when, what day, what time, and approximately what frequency. And I can get that thing over with. We can wrap this entire series up, and I can move on to something new. Incidentally, before I go, this little deal right there, that little silver thing, let me turn the light on here. That little silver container you see right there, that is the 100 kilohertz crystal that provides that signal. And this little adjustment right next to it is the trimmer for it. It's the crystal calibrator 8 to 50 picofarad capacitor, variable capacitor, which will trim that thing out, which I did. There's a notch on this thing. I don't know if you can see it right there, but there's a little notch. And that notch, when you start out in the receiving alignment, tells you to put that notch directly across from this crystal. Well, I found out that on this particular receiver, I can't do that. I have to adjust it a little bit counterclockwise in order to get everything to come in. So I had to adjust that. Then I had to come back here and start looking around in here and messing around in here to see what I can do on the 3916 Freewheelers band. So there we go, folks. I think it's
Looking for stations with or without traffic. Tom, what's your call sign, please?
7290 traffic net. Listen how quiet that is.
All right, got two of you in there. OZT, Carolyn, be right
Nice and
back.
quiet. I can't believe it. It just went from hellaciously noisy to instantly quiet.
W6CL as well, and I need an audio check, please.
That's great.
All right, back Carol, W6CL. Come back one more time.
Now, sometimes you can eliminate a lot of noise on an old rig, or even, I guess, a fairly newer one, by backing off on the RF gain a little bit. You know, you don't need to have that RF gain maxed out all the time, but you can back off on a lot of it. See how I back off, and it makes it sound a little better. What happens is sometimes your signals are so strong that they overdrive the front of the radio. And once they overdrive, you get distortion. Now you can eliminate that by backing off the RF gain, which actually controls the initial front part of the radio, the RF coming into the unit. So listen, there's a big difference. I can crank it up. See how noisy it is there? But if I back off the RF and then bring up the volume or the AF gain, much quieter. Notice that? Yep. Well, they're still complaining about the band conditions. Apparently they're noisy one minute and quiet the next, but it sounds really nice now.
Thank you, Garland, as well. This is N6CL back to net. All right, very good. KC5OZT. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you?
Nice, huh?
Well, that's it, guys. I'm pretty happy right now. Things look to be right on across the entire bands, and it won't be too long, and I'll stick up another video like I already said, and I'll let you know when I'm going to do a CQ for anybody who might be interested. I probably left a lot of skeletons and bodies along the way in this entire series, but I'll do. For those that are interested, I'll do that. You know, if I catch one of you during the CQ, I'll be real happy. Just make sure you tell me, yeah, I've been following this stupid series of yours forever. And but if it's somebody new, well, that'll be great. You know, remember the call sign and first name of the individual of the first contact will be put on the wall above my desk, and place of honor in my ham shack, I guess. And we'll see you then, I hope. This is John.